Hey there. So I'm so excited doing something a little different. I don't usually show my face, but guys, you might want to get used to this because we're going to have a studio where we can do this. In my last house, we weren't able to do this much. But listen, this is like the kitchenette side of the studio. I love my wallpaper. As you can see, it's not done, but I wanted to kind of give you like a little sneak peek. We got to paint that. And I've had a lot of fun. So I wanted to kind of show you because I keep talking about the studio, and I know that not all of you guys are on Instagram or Facebook, so I wanted to show you. But listen, we're going to be making this beautiful flower wreath tonight, and you can get all of the materials from Trendy Tree. And I wanted to get on here and make sure that you go to the description box of this video, get my link, and then when you go to Trendy Tree or get the link for the kit, because they put together a kit if you want to buy the kit. Anything over $29, and if you use the coupon code Happy Mail, you will get 35% off your order. But it ends tonight. So I know this is like, if you watch this the day after, ugh, I don't know what to tell you, but you can still use my link and order the products. But I wanted to also kind of point out the fact that we had some difficulties in editing this week. So for some reason, the technology wasn't on my side. And so if the video goes from like louder to softer to louder, just know that I did the best I could because I edit my own videos. I don't know if you guys know that, but I do. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and let's make a beautiful wreath for your front door. All right, so it's Sunday night. We're back at it. We missed last Sunday night because it was Easter, but we are back today, and we're going to make a beautiful sunflower wreath. And we're going to use these products. We're going to use a bigger wreath frame than normal. We're going to use this 12-inch wreath frame. We're going to use some plastic canvas. I'm going to use this lime green and cream, and it's so pretty. I love the look of this check poly burlap, some cream poly burlap, and one of these already made flower centers. I just feel like this really makes it look so real, and it just takes a little bit of the guesswork out of it for you. But listen, I want to make sure that you know that if you use my link down in the description box below, I'll even pin it for you guys. Use my link for Trendy Tree, and for tonight only. Today is April the 16th, and till midnight CST time, you can get all this 35% off of $29 or more if you use the coupon code Happy Mail. Okay, only tonight, guys. It ends tonight at midnight Central Standard Time. All right, so if you want to watch this video and then go over to Trendy Tree with my link below, go grab it, put in that coupon code, and get 35% off your order, which I think is a phenomenal deal. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 12-inch wreath frame. I'm going to take this plastic canvas. You can get this at your local craft store. Trendy Tree does have it, but they're out of stock right now. You're going to just take it, and we're going to make a circle here in the center, and I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm just going to connect it with zip ties to make the center of our wreath. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll start cutting our mesh. Okay, so the next part is we are going to cut our mesh. I'm going to use, this is something I've been using the last few times I've used these for these mesh wreaths. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. But this is Susie's Ultimate Collapsible Mesh Roller, and this is a patented product. And this is such a great way to have your mesh down here. I'm going to put it underneath there. And it is so good, and it just keeps everything nice and flat. I don't need to hold anything down. I do have a glass cutting board. So let's cut this part first. We got to get our starter piece going here. So I'm going to cut it so we have a nice edge. You're going to do this anytime you do with poly burlap or mesh. This is a wood burner, guys. I use the chisel tip. Again, I get these at Amazon. The link is down below in the description box, or go to my Amazon storefront and you'll find it in my crafting must-haves list. So we're going to cut this about 10 inches a piece. Now here's the kind of the sticker here is that because we have these gaps, it's a little bit harder to cut it like exactly at 10 inches. So what we're going to do, I'm going to move some things out of the way. I'm making a lot of noise here. We are going to get it to as close as 10 inches. So here's the 10-inch line. So I'm going to cut it in between the next set of checks here, like so. All right. So I'm going to cut out at least 15 of these. and we're going to use it for the first layer of our wreath. So you're going to cut all of that out. You're going to cut it maybe 10.5 inches is what it's looking like. But we're going to cut at least 15, maybe 20. We'll see. We'll see how many we need. So I'm going to get this cut up and then we'll get started. Okay, so now we're going to get to the construction part of our wreath. We're going to do a 12-inch wreath frame because I wanted a little bit bigger of a wreath than the typical 10-inch, but you can use a 10-inch frame if that's what you want. You're just going to need less petals. You're going to do everything the same, but you just won't need as many petals. The petals are going to be the same size, all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our checked mesh here. We're going to take it, finished sides on the right and the left. We're going to make our triangle, okay? And then I'm going to fold over the two pieces in the middle. Do you see that? Looks kind of like a napkin or a letter envelope. And I'm going to just take it and I'm going to gather it. I'm going to flip it over. So now we have like the perfect little daisy petal. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to go on the second wire wreath frame here, but we're going to start at the cross brackets. I always start at the cross brackets. I just find that gives us an anchor of where all of our petals are going to be. So basically what I want to do is the first row is going to be all of these green and cream check. This is a little different than what I normally do. I would normally put our leaves, because this is what our leaves are basically, at the end, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do something a little different. Again, finished sides on the right and the left. Your curl side is up. You're going to make a triangle. Again, we're going to fold it in and make it look like an envelope. All right. And then you're just going to gather it like so. And you just heard the upstairs bathroom. This is real life, guys, real life. So that is the second floor bathroom. I love it. I should probably close the door to that closet, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to do all of these brackets, and then let's see how many we need. I think just one is going to be enough for in between, so let's look at that. Again, make your little envelope and just gather it and then flip it over. All right, so you want that curved side that way. So let's put one here. Yep, I think that's going to be plenty. So we're going to do that. But you know what? I don't know. We might have enough to do enough. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times what? 3 basically would be 18. So we have enough petals. So why don't we do this? Since we have enough for this one, I'm going to put 2 petals in between here. Again, it's really simple. Once you get the hang of it, you'll go really fast. So I'm going to complete this wreath, and when I come back, I'm going to put that one over top. I always put the finished side over it. Okay. We're going to have a first row of petals, and it's going to be our leaf of this wreath. Okay. So hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our leaves of our flower wreath, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to skip this bar 4 really. So you've got bar 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we are going to go right at the base of this middle section here. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to take and put your zip tie in, really easy. You're going to take another piece. Now these are 10 inches cut, and I did the wood burner again. And we're going to do the same exact petal, but the inside of this wreath, the other petals we're going to do slightly different. So again, make your little envelope. Go ahead and gather it. Maybe fix it a little bit if it's not laying just the right way. And we're going to add it to our wreath like so. So basically, you're just going to put enough petals here to go around the rim of the inside of your wreath frame here. Any of the tools that you see, I get on Amazon, and I have an Amazon storefront, and you can find them there. And remember, if you order tonight, April 16th, 2023, you can get 35% off your order at Trendy Tree, and that's a pretty good deal, guys. So a great way to get started on your wreath for summertime. And guys, you don't have to use these colors. They have other colors you can choose from, but I just kind of like the neutral look of this, and I think this would look really pretty on my front door. So I'm just going to keep going around here, and then we'll come back and we'll do another layer of petals. Okay, so for the third layer of petals, because really it's only 3 layers of petals for this wreath, because I want to stick to 1 roll of the cream color and 1 roll of the green and cream. So we're going to take our piece, again, 10 inches, and we're going to do the same thing. You're always going to make a triangle, okay? But then we're going to go over to the other side, all right? Now at this point, we are literally going to bring our 2 sides down together, and we're going to form a little triangle petal, okay? That's what we're going to do. Pretty easy. We're going to take this, and again, if you want to use different colors, go right ahead. It's not a big deal. You don't have to make it just like mine, but I do know that Trendy Tree has this in stock tonight. So I'm just going to lay it right kind of in between those previous 2 petals. Then I'm going to take my scissors here, because these are pretty good scissors, again, Amazon, and I'm just going to cut off the excess there and throw that away. So again, let's do another one. We're going to put another one of our zip ties. Again, I like these zip ties. I get them from Amazon, and they are just really good zip ties. You get like 1,000 in a pack. Let's make our triangle. We're going to fold it over again, and we're going to keep this to the bottom, the folded side to the bottom, because I want to keep everything pretty together. So I'm just going to make it, and we're going to make a nice triangle petal. And you can probably hear my elephants. Do you guys know, if you're new to my channel, I have elephants. That's what I call my kids. And they're upstairs and they're having fun, and that's okay. We've had some phenomenal weather here in Michigan, which is kind of unusual for this early in April. But they're having a good time. So I'm just going to keep going, and we're going to keep these pretty close together because we want to cover all the gaps. We don't want anything showing in our frame. So keep going the same route with this pointed petal. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to take my little vacuum here, and I love this thing because it's my new favorite toy. But you can get these on Amazon too. They're in my storefront. But I love it because it's a little miniature vacuum. It's great. So let's get our center ready. You could do a number of things for the center. I have a video that is all about the centers for my flower wreaths. And so I want to say there's 2 parts to that. So I will leave the link for those below. So if you don't want to do this center, you want to try something different, I have a lot of ideas for you guys. So you can do something there or do one of these, which make it really easy, and it's so realistic. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take some wire. I'm going to flip it over. I have a couple of floral pens here. And then I always have some scrap felt, and then I had a piece of wire. It fell on the floor. So I just cut a piece of wire. And we are going to take this and go in the middle here. I'm going to go at an angle with these floral pens, and I'm going to just kind of stick them in. You can probably hear my kids. I can hear my kids. My husband says, honey, we can't hear your kids. Can you hear my kids? So I'm going to go at an angle. Okay. Make sure you don't come through. And you can even cut these pins down. Let's just do that. The pins will go flying through the air, I promise you. But these are pretty good clippers. They're DeWalt's. So those are in my storefront as well. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then I'm going to take my favorite cordless glue gun, and I'm just going to put some, guys, I need more glue. Let me find a glue stick. Here it is. And I prefer, if I have my choice, I prefer the Gorilla glue sticks. I just feel like it just keeps everything nice and tidy a little bit better. So I'm going to, it keeps things on. So I'm going to do that. And then for extra measure, I always like to get these little T-pens. As you can see, they're like quilters use them. And then I like to stick some of these down. So for extra measure, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. Grab a couple more. I have one of those workbenches. I'm going to show you guys my studio soon when I get everything done. We're almost there. It's like all the little things, and I need to figure out where we're putting everything. But I'm going to show you a video of my studio and everything I use. I'm so excited about this place. If you've been watching me on Instagram, you saw the beautiful wallpaper, and I'm so in love with it. So if you're not on Instagram following me, make sure you're following me there and on Facebook. So now we're just going to let that set up, and it's all ready to go. Actually, I'm going to pull a little bit of it out because we need to make sure that that can go through our frame. Okay, guys, so I always forget to do this. Always, always, always. When I'm making a flower wreath form or a flower wreath, I tend to always want to cover the back with felt. So I'm going to use this felt that I've had on hand. I just have a stash of it, and I'm going to just put my frame right there. Let's see if that's good. Oh, I might need a new rotary cutter, guys. I let them go dull a little too much, because I don't really use them quite as much as I use my wood burner. All right, and you can even make a trace this with, you know, a marker too. So now I've got the backing for my wreath. I'm going to probably trim this up a little bit, make it look a little nicer. Okay, so that is the finished part with all the petals. Now let's figure out how many petals we needed. We needed 24 of the ivory petals, and we used 18 of the green and ivory check petals. And I just love how we bordered it with this green and ivory check. If you have some of this on hand, this is a great way to utilize it. We're going to take our center now, and we are going to find a spot to go down into the center of our wreath here. I'm going to pull it through, and then I'm going to flip this over. All right. Now, be careful that you're not like pushing your wreath down. We don't want to flatten it. So we're going to just like twist it really good, and then I just take it and I'm going to cut it a little bit more here. And then I'm going to go right back into that canvas mesh. All right, and then we're going to take that really nice felt. I'm going to bend it over here, and I'm going to poke holes in it. I have some little scissors here. I think these are like little sewing scissors or something that I had gotten on Amazon, I believe, through some sort of deal. These are not as sharp as the other ones I have that are in my list. I kind of like those a little bit better, but this will do the job if you push hard enough and you're careful. So don't cut yourself, okay? I'm going to put it here, and this is how we're going to put it on. We're going to grab some 4-inch zip ties here, and the best way to do is to come underneath. This is what I've learned is the best way, but you gotta have to see what you're doing, because like right now I can't see that. Oh goodness. All right, so I'm going to do it right through there. And then when I connect it with the zip tie, I'm going to cut it like so. Make sure you... And then I'm going to just wrap it around that wreath frame and underneath. Okay, so that it won't hurt our door. So I like to go on the other side and do the other side and pull it pretty taut here. And then you're going to go around and do the same. Okay, so we have it all done. And I know somebody's going to ask, but Julie, how do you hang this wreath? You're just going to hang it from the wire part, any part that you want to. Right here or right there, but it's really that easy. But listen, if you really like this wreath, I hope, number one, you'll make it. Go over to Trinity Tree tonight so you can save 35%. Remember, use the link in my description box. And then make sure you use the coupon code HAPPYMAIL to get that 35% off of orders $29 or more. So I think this is beautiful. It's very simple, and I love the border of this mesh. So if you made it this far, I always ask you to leave a special emoji in the comments. And this week, I'm going to ask you to leave a tree in honor of Trinity Tree. So we'll see you next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Sunday nights. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.